for millennia. A mystery has existed in the heart of England's countryside. For ages, people have been fascinated by Stonehenge, an enigmatic circle of towering stones. Its purpose is unknown, with suggestions ranging from a celestial observatory to a hallowed burial site. Despite innumerable studies and explorations, Stonehenge retains its secrets, serving as a silent sentinel of the past and the symbol of humanity's ongoing mystery.
The Stonehenge is a prehistoric monument in Wiltshire, one of the most recognizable monoliths of the late Neolithic period.
And the much-needed preservation work taking place at Stonehenge to protect one of the mysteries of the ancient world.
A team of archaeologists has discovered a major new prehistoric monument just a short distance from Stonehenge.
In this video, we will discuss about the Stonehenge, one of the world's most mysterious and interesting monuments. Stonehenge is one of the most famous and mysterious monuments in the world, located on the Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire, England. It consists of a circle of massive stones, some weighing up to 50 tons, arranged in a complex pattern of concentric rings, horseshoes, and trilithons. The stones are aligned with the movements of the sun and the moon, and may have served as an astronomical observatory, a calendar, a ritual site, or a place of healing. But who built Stonehenge? How did they transport the stones? And why did they abandon it? These questions have puzzled historians and archaeologists for centuries, and have inspired countless myths and legends. According to the National Geographic, archaeological investigation of the site dates back to the 1660s, when it was first surveyed by antiquarian John Aubrey. Study says, King James I commissioned the architect Inigo Jones to conduct a study of the monument, and he argued that Stonehenge was built by the Romans. However, modern research has shown that Stonehenge was constructed in several stages from around 3000 BC to 1600 BC by the Neolithic and Bronze Age people. Therefore, the original discoverers of Stonehenge are unknown, but the earliest recorded explorers were from the 17th century. The history of Stonehenge can be divided into 6 stages, spanning from about 3000 BC to 1520 BC, during the transition from the Neolithic to the Bronze Age. The first stage was the construction of a circular ditch and bank, enclosing an area of about 100 meters in diameter, with 2 entrances. Inside the enclosure, there were 56 pits, known as the Aubrey Halls, which may have held wooden posts or stones. Around this time, people also buried cremated human remains in and around the monument, making it the largest late Neolithic cemetery in Britain. The second stage, around 2500 BC, saw the arrival of the bluestones, a type of igneous rock that came from the Preseli Hills in South Wales, about 240 kilometers away. These stones, weighing up to 4 tons each, were somehow transported across land and water, possibly by sledges, rollers, rafts, or ropes. The bluestones were ranged in a double circle, with an inner oval and an outer ring, inside the ditch and bank. Some of the stones were carved with axe heads and daggers, possibly as symbols of power or status. The third stage, around 2400 BC, involved the rearrangement of the bluestones, as well as the erection of the sarsens, a type of silcric rock that came from the Marlborough Downs, about 30 kilometers away. These stones, weighing up to 50 tons each, were shaped and smoothed with stone hammers, and fitted together with mortise and tenon joints and tongue and groove joints. The sarsens were ranged in a circle of 30 uprights and 30 lintels, with a diameter of about 30 meters, and in a horseshoe of 5 trilithons, with a height of about 6 meters, inside the circle. The sarsen circle and horseshoe were aligned, with the midsummer sunrise and the midwinter sunset, creating a spectacular sight for the observers. The fourth stage, around 2200 BC, involved another rearrangement of the bluestones, as well as the digging of two concentric circles of pits, known as the Y and Z holes, outside the Sarsen circle. The purpose of these pits is unclear, but they may have been intended to hold more stones or posts. However, they were never filled, and the project was abandoned. The fifth stage, around 2000 BC, involved the final rearrangement of the bluestones, as well as the construction of a large avenue, about 3 kilometers long, leading from the northeast entrance of the monument to the River Avon. The avenue was marked by two parallel ditches and banks, and was aligned with the midsummer sunrise. Along the avenue, there was a large standing stone, known as the heel stone, which may have served as a marker or a sightline for the sunrise. The sixth and final stage, around 1520 BC, involved the breaking and removal of some of the bluestones, possibly by the Beaker people, a new cultural group that arrived in Britain from continental Europe. They brought with them new technologies, such as metalworking, pottery, and archery, and may have had different beliefs and practices from the previous inhabitants. They also built many round barrows, or burial mounds, near Stonehenge, some of which contained rich grave goods, such as gold ornaments, bronze daggers, and beaker pots. After this stage, Stonehenge was gradually abandoned and fell into decay. It was rediscovered and studied by various antiquarians and archaeologists over the centuries, who proposed various theories and interpretations of its origin and function. Some of them, such as John Aubrey and William Stukeley, believed that Stonehenge was a Druid temple, a Celtic priesthood that flourished in Britain before the Roman conquest. However, this idea has been rejected by modern scholars, as Stonehenge predates the Druids by at least a millennium. Other theories have suggested that Stonehenge was a place of worship, sacrifice, healing, astronomy, or even a landing site for aliens. None of these theories have been conclusively proven, and Stonehenge remains a monument of mystery, as well as a source of inspiration and wonder for millions of visitors every year. Stonehenge is a magnificent landmark that has captivated and enthralled people for millennia. It demonstrates the ancient builders' brilliance, skill, and inventiveness in accomplishing an incredible feat of engineering and design with only basic tools and procedures. It also reflects the beliefs, values, and culture of those who used it, leaving a legacy of mystery and wonder. Stonehenge is more than just a pile of stones. It is a symbol of human curiosity, imagination, and achievement.